Talbott Springs Elementary, here we are. We did it. We are ready. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nancy Thompson. I am the principal at Talbott Springs Elementary School, and on behalf of Dr. Derek Lewis, our assistant principal, the entire staff of our school, we welcome each of you, and we are grateful to you for joining this community celebration of the next chapter of the life of Talbott Springs Elementary. First, please help me with thanking the Oakland Mills High School JROTC and the Oakland Mills High School Band for their presentation of the colors. Oakland Mills, if you can do the presentation of the colors and the Star Spangled Banner, we would appreciate it.
Right haste! Color! Halt! Present colors!
We are so grateful to our Howard County Executive for his energy and care as it relates to the TSES Replacement School project. His investment in our community is valued and appreciated. Please welcome Dr. Calvin Ball to the podium to share a few words.
Oh, it is so wonderful to be with you. Neighbors. Usually when I go around to the various schools and we talk about things like, record funding, investment in public education, my daughter just wishes me well. When I told her I was coming here as a former student of Talbott Springs Elementary, she asked me to get her a picture. I'm not going to be long. I just want to thank you all for your dedication, for helping to make this happen. I think the crowd here today speaks to the energy and the dedication to get us to this point. And while there were so many of our honored guests who were mentioned, especially our parents and faculty and staff here, I just want to take a few brief moments to personally thank Nancy Thompson. When I was on the Oakland Mills Village board, I met someone who was a fantastic leader, an educator who loved and cared about kids, who was about to become principal of Talbott Springs Elementary. She has been someone who not only I've looked up to, my daughters have looked up to, countless others, and she was the driving force behind making sure that this school happened and that it happened well. This school is an example for not only Howard County, the state, but the nation. And I thank you all, and I thank Nancy. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ball. Next, please welcome Maryland Senator Guy Gazzoni, who has worked with HCPSS to get this school project moving forward from the start, as he shares a few words with us.
Good afternoon, everyone. What a great day. It's a pleasure to be here and to represent the state delegation. You know, we were in a meeting a couple of years ago, and we were, this was with our annual meeting with the school system, and we were told that there were a couple projects out there that really we didn't have the funding for. They weren't going to get done. And in that meeting, we decided that this was our top priority of all the things that your representatives in the state delegation were going to take on. And we did. Usually we get about $20 or so million a year in school construction funding. But in the last 2 years, we brought back over $170 million for this project and several others that were sort of stalled. It couldn't have happened if we didn't work together. The superintendent, the county executive, the school board, the county council, everyone together made this our top priority, and it happened. And I'm just grateful to be in a community to work on a project like this. And the reason, the simple reason that we did it, because every one of these kids and every community in Howard County deserves the very best. Thank you for all the work.
Thank you, Senator Gazzoni. Please welcome Ms. Vicki Cotroneo, Chair of the HCPSS Board of Education. Ms. Cotroneo has been very instrumental in ensuring that the Talbott Springs Elementary Replacement School has become a reality.
Good afternoon, Talbott Springs. This school is not only going to be such a beacon of joy and hope for the school, but for the greater Oakland Mills community. So I am so excited for you. I know that you are thrilled for yourselves, but I just wanted to, I know you didn't come here to see me speak. You came here to see what's behind me. But I just also wanted to echo Dr. Ball's comments about your fearless leader, resilient, just unbelievable force behind the school, Nancy Thompson. Just right before this started, I was speaking with Sarah Palmer, who is the vice president of Dustin Construction. She told me that this school got way more than usual elementary schools because of this principal. I don't want to drop any, ideas into her head, but she could be a construction project manager for elementary schools. But don't do that. Please stay with us. Because of her kindness, because of her willingness to get her, and she brought her boots and her hard hat with her every day to get in the dirt and to talk with people and respect them. They wanted to do for her because of her kindness and her respect for every single person who worked on this project. So I, as board chair and representing the Board of Education, thank you for setting the standard and setting such a great example of how to get a beautiful building done. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Cotroneo, and thank you for your hard work as well. Please welcome Ms. Antonia Watts, Vice Chair of the HCPSS Board of Education. Ms. Watts is the Board of Education representative for the Oakland Mills and Howard Cluster Schools.
Good afternoon. My name is Antonia Watts. I'm the Vice Chair of the Board of Education. Ms. Cotroneo stole some of my thunder there. I wanted to rave about your principal, but I will do that a little bit. I'm honored here to be joined today by Dr. Ball, Dr. Moderano, and Ms. Thompson to celebrate this momentous occasion in anticipation of the ribbon cutting of Talbott Springs Elementary. This is such a joyous day, a warm but joyous day for this community, as I know you've been eagerly waiting for this school and watching the construction of this building since September of 2020. This wonderful community you deserve this. And I'm thrilled that every student will have a place where they can thrive in such a beautiful building. Principal Thompson, I know the school community is already in great hands. We know that. And now they will be able to experience your leadership in a new place. As Dr. Moderano said repeatedly, tomorrow is the first day of school. Tomorrow is the first day of school. And I know you're absolutely ecstatic to spend your first day of school in this new facility. So on behalf of the entire Board of Education, congratulations to the Talbott Spring community and welcome to your new home.
Thank you, Ms. Watts. Dr. Michael Martorano is a champion of children. I am grateful to Dr. Martorano for his vision for the Talbot Springs Elementary School community, his persistent support for the project, and his encouragement during those moments when encouragement was needed. Please welcome the HCPSS Superintendent, Dr. Martorano, as he shares a few words with us.
Happy New Year, everybody! Are you excited? Where are our kiddos? Tomorrow, first day of school. Who's excited? Yeah! Let me just add on to a few things that have already been said. Your principal, outstanding. I won't say how far we go back, but maybe to college days, University of Maryland. That's how long I've known her. What happened at the University of Maryland stays at the University of Maryland. But we've grown up since then. I love the Talbot Springs community. So many powerful people behind me who have made this happen. Without the persistence and dedication of Senator Gazzone, Calvin Ball, our county executive, Board of Education members, our council members, our delegation, this project would not have happened. Let's celebrate one more time and give a round of applause for that. Secondly, defining the efficiencies of use of dollars, where this was on the docket for a renovation. With examining the dollars, we said we could be more efficient by providing a replacement school, and that needs to be noted as well. This facility, give a round of applause for that as well. I know it's hot, and I know everybody wants to get inside and see it, but I just want to tell you from personal experience, I've had the opportunity as a former principal to open 2 new elementary schools as principal. And what I can say, there is only one time in the history of that school that it will open. You're making history today. Embrace this at the joyful level of the excitement and the enthusiasm that's going to take place behind these doors today and for many, many years to come. So we are so proud to work together, embrace it at the positive level, and we can't wait for these doors to open tomorrow. For the first day of school, if I haven't said it, tomorrow is, and enjoy as we greet all of our students tomorrow. Once again, Happy New Year. Great to see you.
Thank you, Dr. M. Please welcome Mr. Alex Donahue, Acting Director of the Interagency Council, and Mr. Rodney Dionisio, IAC Regional Facility Manager, to share with us a governor's citation.
Thank you so much, Principal Thompson. And good afternoon to you all. Rodney and I are so glad to be here on behalf of the Interagency Commission on School Construction for the dedication of Talbot Springs. Before I present the citation from Governor Hogan, I want to recognize all the work and teamwork that went into making this dream of a new school real. It took more than 5 years to plan, design, and build, and cost more than $42 million to serve the 500 or more students from this community. Keeping the dream real for 30 years or more will require a lot more work. This is because to operate, maintain, and renew the new school during the coming 30 years so that teachers can teach and students can learn, Howard County will invest about another $44 million, and the state will be contributing significantly to those coming investments. All told, the investments will serve the students and the community, and we are all here because we know that the students and teachers are worth every penny of these investments, and they will pay dividends into the future in the health of our community. So without further ado, and to celebrate the new Talbot Springs Elementary School, I would like to present the governor's citation. The governor of the state of Maryland to Talbot Springs Elementary School provides greetings. Be it known that on behalf of the citizens of this state, in recognition of a tribute to honor the occasion of the ribbon cutting of Talbot Springs Elementary School, and with congratulations on this special milestone celebrating your commitment to the betterment of education for the youth of Howard County, and as the people of Maryland join together in expressing our great respect and sincere best wishes for student success, we are pleased to confer upon you this governor's citation.
Thank you so much. We will put the citation in a treasured spot in one of the many display cases we have in our building. So I'd like to invite Dr. Martirano and Dr. Ball up here to help us with the ribbon cutting ceremony. And board members, if you could please join us as well.
She's got a couple final remarks. I'll take it.
If you can hold, we're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. We're not ready yet. So we're going to close with some final remarks. I love a good story, and I'm going to share with you an extremely condensed version of a story of perseverance, hope, and gratitude. The story of Talbott Springs Elementary School began in 1973. Our school has embraced, educated, and loved thousands of children as we enter our 50th year in the Oakland Mills community. When time came to consider the possibility of a renovation of our replacement school, so many stepped up to learn more and to advocate. Our superintendent, our county executive, along with our local leadership driven by Jonathan Edelson of the Oakland Mills Village Board, gathered information and acted on what they learned. Great credit is given to the partnership of the Oakland Mills Community Association, current and former Talbott Springs staff members, current and former Talbott Springs students, current and former Talbott Springs PTA leaders, and members of the PTAs of our cluster schools. The people in each of these groups understood the vision for a brighter and safer building for our students. My heart is filled with joy for all those who believed and persisted. Because of your efforts, we will now occupy a certified LEED Silver School, a U.S. Green Building Council designation that is globally honored and given to buildings that are intentionally designed with sustainable, energy efficient, and environmentally friendly leadership. Perseverance won. For TSES, hope came, hope left, and then it returned. Ultimately, hope won. When during a quiet and unsuspecting moment, construction members broke ground to set the stage of our new building, all uncertainty was gone and hope was lifted. Our current students have been so excited to watch the construction, to talk about what the new school might look like and where in the building they might learn. Although the last days in our former building were filled with frenetic activity, there was sadness to be losing a building that fit us like a comfortable shoe. As the former building came down, wistfulness remained, yet hope continued to glow in the distance. When we welcomed staff and students into the building during the past 2 weeks, there was once again certainty that our hope had carried us to the right place, to the new chapter as we continue the story of Talbott Springs Elementary School. The walls of the original Talbott Springs had murals depicting scenes from Walt Disney World. Because of construction projects and the passage of time, the only remaining mural was "It's a Small World," that lived on the walls of the main hall. Although it is now gone, I propose that we heed the words of Walt Disney again as we transition to our new building. He said, "You can design, create, and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it takes people to make the dream a reality." It is with that realization that we continue to work as a community in support of our students, because school is greater than a building. School is about the people who care about one another and care about learning. Today, my heart is filled with joy and gratitude for so many who have supported the work of creating and building our new school. First, thank you to our neighbors. You have lived alongside this construction project, trusting that the resulting school will be of great benefit to children now and for many years. Thank you to TCA Architects, Dustin Construction, and the subcontractors and movers who have worked tirelessly on behalf of the children that they don't know. In conversation with many, I have found a passion amongst them for assuring that our new space is filled with light, safety, and state-of-the-art technology. Barry, Sarah, Tony, CJ, Missy, Robin, Jim, you have worried, cared deeply, and made personal sacrifices to assure that the students in the Talbott Springs community are able to learn. To the HCPSS leaders who have worked directly on this project, both in the construction side and the school administration side, you have been there at each moment needing a decision. You have pushed us to consider pathways that we originally did not see. To the many Central Off leaders who have guided me along with my assistant principals, thank you for listening and for clearing pathways. The pathways were complicated, but you clarified the direction. The school construction team, led by Mr. Scott Washington, Ms. Dennis, Mr. Lubley, and project manager Mr. Dan Hagan. Although you've been in different roles over time, I'm so appreciative that you've been there for the entire journey. To the leaders in the Oakland Mills, Noe Brown area schools, thank you for your unconditional support. Talbot Springs staff members, both former and current, I struggled to form the words to speak of my love for you and for my gratitude for your patience, your belief, and your dogged endurance as we walk side by side towards this goal. We are a school family with a belief that working together as a team to assure that our students have the blessing of this environmentally friendly, visually welcome, and loving educational space. Ultimately, that is all we ask for as we serve the students in our care. Each of you has a place in my heart. Talbot Springs students, you have been amazing while you watch the evolution of this new building. Some of you have expressed wonders, others excitement, and some worry about what lies ahead. Thank you for writing notes of gratitude to our construction workers. Talbot Springs staff members are here for you, and we will assure you are comfortable in our new school building. We couldn't be more excited for your future. A few personal thanks from me. Thank you to the Talbot Springs Chief Custodian, Mr. Alan Hall. You have been here forever. We have worked for many years through thick and thin. Ultimately, your belief in doing the right thing for kids is in the forefront of your decision-making. Thank you for your hard work, and thank you for believing. To Ms. Kimmy Burtwell, our night custodian supervisor. You are persistent with assuring that students are safe and that I know every detail that is of importance is addressed. Your leadership comes from the heart, and it's appreciated. To Dr. Derek Lewis, your mantra that everything is going to be okay was sometimes annoying, but it's pushed us, and me personally, to greater heights through the moments of worry and celebration. To my rock, my everyday cheerleader, my secretary, Ms. Lauren Hoffman. You are the glue that held this moment together. I love you. You are Talbot Springs. To my patient husband, Mark, my children, their spouses, and my sweet grandchildren, Clara, Oscar, Felix, June, and Eva, I appreciate your patience. I appreciate your willingness to listen and hear me talk about this project over and over. You are my life. This has been a long haul, yet you have understood my passion for the children in my care and the staff members with whom I serve. I promise Grandma will have time for more sleepovers soon. Ultimately, this story does not have an ending. It simply moves to its next chapter, which will last another 50 years of embracing, educating, and loving the children in our community. At this time, I am inviting you to join us for a tour of the school building led by Talbot Springs staff members and the Talbot Springs PTA board members and volunteers. We also have light refreshments sponsored by the Talbot Springs Elementary School PTA. As you tour, please embrace the love that has been invested in creating this building for the children who will enjoy for the next many decades. Thank you for joining us, and please continue to keep us in your thoughts in the years ahead.